Let's see if we can use proportions to answer a word problem. This one says, in the past 2 years, a retailer has opened 232 stores. If that rate remains constant, how many stores will be open in the next 3 years? So we need to set up a couple of ratios, and we're going to set them equal to make a proportion. But the two things we're measuring here are years and stores. And so when we write our ratios, it's either going to be years over stores, meaning years is the numerator and stores is denominator, or the other way around, stores is the numerator and years is the denominator. It does not matter which is which. We can do years as the numerator or we can do stores as the denominator. It doesn't matter, pick your favorite, as long as it's the same for both ratios. So I'm going to do years over stores, and I'm not doing that for any reason other than years came first in the problem. If you did stores over years, you would still get the exact same answer. I'm writing years over stores just to remind myself that when I write these, I'm going to make sure that I put the years on top every time. Okay, so my first ratio is going to be that in 2 years, I opened 232 stores. So 2 years, 232 stores. Years on top, stores on bottom. My second ratio is how many stores, so this is going to be my variable, I'll use S for stores, will open in 3 years. So years on top, 3 years, S, my variable, on bottom. And I'm going to make a proportion here, so I'm going to set these equal to one another. So now I'm going to cross multiply. So I've got 2 multiplied by S, which is going to be 2S, and then that's going to be equal to 232 multiplied by 3. And 232 multiplied by 3 is 696. Now I'm just one step away from the answer, which is that I need to divide everything by 2. This is the division property of equality. And I'm expecting my answer, before I divide this, I'm expecting my answer to be somewhere in the 300s. And the reason I'm expecting my number to be somewhere in the 300s is because if in 2 years I opened about 200 stores, a little over 200, 232, then in 3 years I'm expecting to open somewhere in the 300s. So before I do my math, a reasonable answer would be something in the 300s. And in fact, if I do 696 divided by 2, I know 600 divided by 6 is going to be 300. So I already know my answer is going to be somewhere in the 300s. And then 96 divided by 300 is 48. So 348 stores in the next 3 years is an answer that certainly makes sense. If I'm opening a little bit more than 200 in 2 years, that means I'm opening a little bit more than 100 every year. So opening a little bit more than 300 over a 3 year period is an answer that certainly makes a lot of sense. And that's how we do it.